We're talking about teams, and obviously complex matters include internal and external resources. Can you tell us about how you vet potential providers for outsourced services?
Sure. 𝗏𝗏 was thrusted upon me, actually. Client wisely chose them, and I'm so grateful to that client, forever grateful, truly. Sometimes that happens. We don't have a choice. And sometimes that works out, and sometimes it doesn't work out. Luckily for us at 𝗏𝗏, you were going by a different name then. That worked out splendidly. But I actually take the opposite approach from where I'm encourage associates who want to get to know me or work on my matters, knock on the door, send an email, cold outreach. I actually don't like that from vendors. There's just too much coming at me, quite frankly, and I'm not special. They come at anyone in a firm. But so for the vendors, I really go to, has somebody at the firm used them, somebody at the firm who I know well or has good recommendations. More of that type of introduction is much better than in a cold call. That's just been my experience. And then again, this is similar to the associate, right? If you do a great job that one time, that first time, it sticks, right? We should always be striving to do our best work for a variety of reasons. In terms of a vendor, one bad project manager, which I've never had at 𝗏𝗏, I have not been paid to say any of this. This is all my own personal view. I'm not speaking for the firm, I'm just speaking for myself. I've never had a bad experience with any project manager or anybody at 𝗏𝗏. But I have worked with other vendors in the e-discovery space and experts, for example, and it's hit or miss. And all it takes is one miss and you never want to use that vendor again, even though they may be a great vendor.
How confident do you have to be in a vendor for you to recommend it to a client?
Highest recommendation is I've personally used them, obviously. And then I'm one of those people, this is my way in life. My husband always says, he always prides me on this. If you do a great job for me, whether it's as an e-discovery vendor, whether it's as a waitress at the restaurant, I go out of my way, if you do a stellar job, to call you out. And if you do a bad job, I also go out of my way to make sure that's known. Let's just put it that way. I'm an equal opportunist, and for me to recommend someone to a client, the top is if I've worked with them and I can give my own. Otherwise, sometimes there isn't somebody at the firm who's worked with somebody and it's a bunch of vendors the client has told us to consider, and for cost reasons, we need to go with somebody who I've never worked with but is dramatically less money. And I just try my best to vet them, and part of it's a gut feeling. It's just like interviewing anybody. Are you connecting with people? And if you can find that people are connecting with you on a personal level, we spend a lot of time on these cases. I'd much rather spend it with people that are enjoyable to engage with than maybe they're experts, but they're like really difficult to work with.